All right, let's talk some Devon Lloyd. Why don't we? A guy who has come in and just he's looked like, a good pro off-ball linebacker immediately, which never happens, right? This is a position that takes time to develop. Well, not in Devon Lloyd's case. He's been great right away. He was the one of the first-round draft picks the Jaguars had, and he's been great. I mean, he really has. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with this play. So what's going to happen here is, I think this is one of the things that's been so impressive for me with Devon Lloyd has been his coverage. And that's most of what we're going to talk about in this video. Not all, but most. Because that's usually the most difficult thing for a linebacker to pull off at the NFL level. But he's been great right away. So this play is actually going to be a cover 3 zone blitz. So he's the one I've circled in white. Of course, that's the zone that he's supposed to cover in that middle of the field area. And a lot of what you're trying to do here is just, clog up passing lanes. Watch how right when this play begins, that's pretty much exactly what he is doing. Yes, there is a receiver who's trying to get open behind him, but he's doing a good job of kind of stepping in the way. He's reading Herbert's eyes, looking at where Herbert is going, and kind of, getting in that direction while also not overselling in that direction. So I think this is very good from Lloyd, and this is again, the kind of stuff that we saw him do in college that he's now being able to do at the NFL level. So because of what Lloyd did here, Herbert cannot throw over the middle. Again, there is an element of luck to coverage linebacker. That's just true, but still, good coverage. So now Herbert has to go to a plan B. The plan B is going to just hit his halfback, who's currently right next to him, basically to Herbert's left. But watch Lloyd just cover so much ground, and he is going to be able to help get over here and make this tackle, and they're only able to gain a couple of yards on that play. That's a fantastic play from Devon Lloyd. He prevented the pass over the middle that would have been a chunk play, and then still got over to limit the damage on the check down. So right off the bat, doing some great stuff. Also, something like this. How about man coverage linebacker play? This is always difficult for a linebacker to play man coverage. There's only a few linebackers in the NFL that I would say are really good at it, but Lloyd might be another one. So watch what happens. Right when this play begins, you're going to see Herbert eventually looks in that direction. And again, Lloyd maybe a half step behind. I think that's totally reasonable to say. I think that, it's hard to play coverage linebacker. He isn't exactly, looking like a cornerback here where he's, got perfect position, but it's not horrible position either. It's not like he's getting burned. But what I love about this is going to be his finish on this play. Watch him run downfield, and he is going to be able to knock this one away. So just a great defensive play from Devon Lloyd to be able to knock it away and not allow for that to be a big completion. To me, this is the stuff that can really excite you, because I am a believer in coverage is the most important aspect of a defense. And so having a good coverage linebacker, there's a lot of value that does for you. I mean, if you think about how much Fred Warner means to the 49ers, how much Demario Davis means to the New Orleans Saints, you hope that Devon Lloyd can be one of those guys and really help complete this defense. We have another play, one like this, where what's going to happen here is it's going to be a cover 3 zone. And again, you see where Devon Lloyd is lined up. You also see a route that's going behind him. Every team does this. Against zone coverage, every team has routes like this, trying to get a gap in coverage in between the linebackers. But watch how when this play begins, you see that Lloyd really does a good job of getting in the passing lane. Again, there's definitely a feel to this. It's not easy to tell exactly, if he's going to be, where exactly the guy behind you is. You have to look at the quarterback. There's several things you have to look at, but you can still sort of feel it. You can see the guy running and see where he's going, and you can also read the quarterback's eyes to just help yourself get in position. And again, there is an element of luck in it as well, but there's also an element of skill, and he's doing the skill part very well. However, this play is not over, right? Maybe if, the receiver keeps running, you can potentially still get a completion. You just throw it sort of to the top of the screen past Devon Lloyd. However, when Herbert tries that, Lloyd gets over and knocks the ball away. So again, these are just the kind of things that can frustrate an offense, and they really frustrated the Chargers. I think Devon Lloyd had a huge impact in this game. Everyone kind of talks about, just linebackers, they don't matter as much. And again, there's some truth to it. Not every, it's not the most important position in football. But there still can be, a lot of high impact stuff happening. And to me, that's what happened with Devon Lloyd, was he made a big impact. How about something like this, where it's going to be a man coverage play? It's going to be a cover 1 linebacker blitz. Now you might be wondering, wait a second, linebacker blitz? Devon Lloyd's a linebacker. Is he the one blitzing? Well, yes, he is. That's where he is on the field. And Devon Lloyd is a great blitzer, or Devon Lloyd in general is a great pass rusher. I mean, in college, he was used in a Micah Parsons type way where he would sometimes just line up as a straight up edge rusher and rush the passer on certain snaps. Now, he was never going to be an edge rusher in the sense that, like, you know, that's just not who he was. But he has experience in that, and he is someone who can rush the passer. And again, he's still a fine pass rusher as an edge guy. He's nowhere near as good as he is as an off-ball linebacker, which is why he plays off-ball linebacker. However, watch him again have the feel to just get over there and be able to generate a very quick pressure on Herbert, which made it more difficult for Herbert to make that throw. There's definitely an art to being a blitzing linebacker. I think a lot of people view this as like, blitzing linebacker is just an extra guy you just run over and hope for the best. And it does feel like for a lot of linebackers, that's how they are. But for someone like Devon Lloyd, he definitely is someone who takes pride in his ability to find a way to get in and disrupt things. This is something that, again, it's only 3 games in the NFL, but I do pay attention to how you played in college when evaluating a guy just a few weeks into the regular season, because it is such a small sample size. I want to see how good were you in college. That matters to me. I mean, just like if, Tom Brady hasn't looked fantastic through 3 weeks in the regular season, I'm still going to say, okay, well, I've seen you play well before, so, that maybe I won't take that as much into consideration as a bad quarterback playing poorly through 3 weeks. I still view rookies the same way, where if Devon Lloyd was great through 3 weeks, and now I see, him also have been great in college, I'm willing to say he's probably great. And one more play, the last play I want to talk about is the interception, and I thought he had a great game without the interception, and the interception was really fluky, but hey, every now and then, sometimes the football gods say, you know what, you've been playing well, we're going to reward you with a relatively fluky interception here. Watch how Herbert is going to take the snap. Herbert is going to just throw, well away from Lloyd, but the ball kind of pops up and goes right into his arms. He's able to get the ball to about the 5-yard line. So an interception that maybe is not the, biggest highlight reel level interception you will ever see, but you have to give him credit just for paying attention, knowing where the ball is, making a good read on the ball, all of that good stuff. There are some players that for whatever reason seemingly just have a knack for knowing where the ball is, being around the ball at all times, and finding a way to, to get it. And that's, another thing that you hope to see out of a Devon Lloyd. So figured I'd have to bring that one up as well. But definitely, to me, the more exciting stuff is the stuff I feel pretty confident that he will continue to do, which is all the other stuff I talked about. I mean, just so if you missed my draft coverage, I compared Devon Lloyd at times to Bobby Wagner. That's how high praise I had for this guy. This is someone who can absolutely do it all. Only real critique, 33, kind of an odd number for a linebacker, I have to say. 33 in general, just a weird, I have to assume he might be already the best player to ever wear number 33. I can't think of, maybe there's some Hall of Famer that wore 33 that I'm not thinking of, but definitely an odd number there. I kind of like it though. I don't know. The Jaguars have a lot of interesting numbers with Trayvon Walker at 44. I don't know. Josh Allen is in the 40s. Devon Lloyd is in the 30s. I don't know what's going on there, but hey, they're winning football games, so I guess that's all that matters. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.